Well, welcome all you pre-calculus people watching this video for no particular reason. Just wanted to go over how to evaluate composite functions in graphs and tables. See if I can make this a little bit wider. Here we go. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this graph. We're going to see what it asks us to actually do. Oh, hold on. There we go. It says, which of the following best approximates the value of g of h of negative 8? So g of h of negative 8. So the first thing I'm going to evaluate is I'm going to just kind of look at where is h of negative 8. That's what I'm going to look for. Okay, h of negative 8. So when my x value is at a negative 8, we're going to go to h. I'm right here. All right, so it looks like here's h of x, and then there's g of x. So at negative 8, it appears I'm at a negative 3, so I'm going to put negative 3. Now once I evaluate that, I'm going to go to where it says g. Now I'm going to evaluate what's g of negative 3. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here where it's negative 3. I'm going to go up, put a point right there. So it looks like at negative 3, I am at a 5. So g of negative 3 is 5. So I'm going to choose answer 5. So quick little review. When it says what's g of h of negative 8, I go over here to negative 8, find on the x-axis where I am, then lead over to the y-axis. Then I go from negative 3, find it on the x-axis, and go to the y-axis. So that puts me at a 5. So I'm going to go right down here, find one that says 5, select it. All right. Here's the next one. Ready? It says, what is g of h of 1? G of h of 1. All right. So here we go. I'm going to write g of h of 1. Now what does that also mean? I could say also g of h of 1. That's another way to write it. So the first thing I'm going to look at h, which is this kind of this purple graph. So I'm going to find h of 1. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So here we go. We're going to find out what h of 1 is equal to. So when x is 1, where is that graph hit? Looks like it hits right there at a good old-fashioned 0. So it looks like I'm at 0. All right. So now I'm going to find what is g of 0. Well, at 0, it looks like g of x is at negative 4. So here's a quick thing that if you want to know what am I doing, the first thing I find is that what is h of 1? I said h of 1 was at 0. And the next thing I find is what is g of 0, and g of 0 is at a negative 4. So here's how it works. This is your original input, which leads to your output. Then you take your output and make that your new input, which leads you to your ultimate output that you're trying to find. And that's what g of h of 1 is equal to. So I'm going to find negative 4. And there it is. All right, let's take a look at this one. Ooh, we got some nice look. We got a square root function. We got a parabola. I like this. All right, I think I'm gonna take a snippet of this guy. That's a good looking picture right there. So that's a good looking picture. I like it. All right, let's say that. Save as. Let's go to my pre-calculus pictures. Yeah. We'll just call it composite functions graphs. You're like, why are you wasting my time? Well, you know, you're having to watch me online, so I'm done. Okay, so there we go. Now, this says what? Which best approximates the value of g of f of negative 2? All right, so we got f of negative 2, all right, which is the blue. And then we're going to find g of f of that. So here we go. I'm going to find g of f of negative 2. All right, so the first thing I'm going to find is f of negative 2. So let's see what f of negative 2 is. So when my x value is at negative 2, it looks like f of x is at a 0. All right, so when my x value is at negative 2, f of x is right there, that's 0. Now I got to find g of 0. Now when at 0, it looks like g of x is at a negative 3. So g of 0 is negative 3. So I'm going to choose negative 3. I like it. All right. And that's it. Okay. So that's all you got to do when you're evaluating graphs. So what was this titled again? Evaluate composite functions in graphs and tables. I didn't see a table, but maybe I'll close this out and see if it'll give me a table. Come on, give me a table. Another graph. All right, we'll do one more. All right. So here we go. This says, what is g of f of 0? All right. So here we go. I'm going to write down g of f of 0. So you can write this just like this. So the first thing I'm going to find is, what is f of 0? Okay, so when x is 0, all right, where is f of x? Right there. All right, so we've got g of, and what is f of 0? It looks like it's at a negative 3. Now I'm going to find g of negative 3. So here we go. At negative 3, it appears to be that I'm at close to a negative 1. So I say what best approximates it? A negative 1. Hopefully this is making sense to you. Makes sense to me, but hopefully it makes sense to you. There we go. All right. So that's going to be what we call this. Call this evaluate composite functions. I'm going to say in graphs because I haven't seen a table yet. Oh, yay, a table. Sweet. Let's do a table. Sorry I had to put the video on pause there. Need to help some students that are actually in my class, and I forgot my board. Dadgummit, I gotta go get my board. Hey, Abram, can you go get my board? Thanks. All right, I'll put my mask on. Here we go. Put my mask on. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Abram. All right. All right, so let's take a look at this guy. This will be the last one that we do because I'm getting ready for a next class. All right. It says, what is f of g of 12? What is f of g of 12? So that's what this means. So what we're going to do is we are going to first look at what is g of 12. That's what I'm going to evaluate first, okay? What is g of 12? Okay, it looks like g of 12 is negative 8, so I'll put negative 8. Okay, so now I'm going to find what is f of negative 8. And f of negative 8 is 16. So f of negative 8 is 16. So what is f of g of 12? I'm going to type in a 16. All right. But before I do that, I'm going to do a snippet tool again because that's a good one. I like the table. I can use that multiple times right there. All right. The tables show inputs. All right. Except I won't do that. I'll just make up my own question. Sweet. All right. File, save as. Let's see here. Pictures, pre-calculus, and we had what? Composite. There we go. Put composite functions, except this time I'll put tables. Yeah. All right. Hit save. Good. Excellent. All right. So what did we say it was? We said it was a 16. Let's cross our fingers. Woohoo! We did it. And there we go. That's your video for evaluate composite functions, graphs, and tables. Have a fabulous day. All right. Here, gotta pause it. Oh.